Alright, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, getting ready for another Final Fantasy XIV leveling series video. Man, that felt good to say. After recording yesterday's video, I was thinking about it a lot, and I realized just exactly how much fun I actually had playing, and realized that I just wanted to do another Final Fantasy video. So, that's what we're doing today. Hope you guys are okay with it. They tend to do a little bit better on the channel anyway, so that's what we're doing. So the first thing I wanted to do was actually head on over to Lower La Nacia, because I have a couple side quests that need to be done over there, so we're going to focus on that first. And we're just going to sort of try to tidy up my quest log a little bit, because it's a bit messy at the moment. I didn't realize it was all going to be on the upper end here, but I guess that's okay. I wanted to head down to the lower side so I can actually get this crystal and attune to it, but right now, it's not necessarily going to be worth my time to run all the way over there. So instead, we'll head towards the north. Looks like it's going to be becoming nighttime soon, which is sort of the internal meme with Final Fantasy XIV here. It just always feels like it's nighttime. So we'll be seeing that a little bit within the next few minutes here. But it's not a big deal. The game is nice at night as well. So we got our eyes open for anyone that's on our hunting log, anything that we can use to complete any quest at all. And that's what we're doing. And for the next couple episodes, it's probably going to be like this, you know, just sort of wandering around doing a random side quest and then doing the main story quest later, as well as keeping track of every 5 levels we hit so that we can go back and do a class quest. Alright, we're going to be turning in this blue quest here that we did for the residential area, which I completed in the last episode, but I didn't actually turn it in, so we're doing that. And we're gonna head out here and just do some things. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun coming back to Final Fantasy. Every time I do this, the same thing happens, is I'll take a break for a bit, and you know, that might happen in the future too. I might feel the need to take a break, and that kind of thing happens when I overdo it. So I'm trying not to overdo it this time. Essentially, like, I have a character that I play with my wife, and we play occasionally. We played a little bit last night, but not too much. Just for a couple hours. And, you know, then I'll be recording for this character during the day. But I won't be... I don't know, with Creatchador, like my other character that I do all the tanking series and the healing series and all that with, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that character. I mean, he's still, like, far and away my main, right? He's leveled up in basically everything. Not maxed out, of course, but definitely have a ton of hours invested in that character, and I'm sure he will make a comeback at some point. But for now, I've just decided to sort of put him on the back burner and just, you know, come at this game from the beginning once again and just see how that goes. And honestly, I've been enjoying it. It's fun to come through these early levels and just sort of easily grind your way past them all. I enjoy it. And watching a character grow, you know, like this character, literally, this is all you got. There's nothing here. We're starting exactly from scratch. My inventory is basically empty. Don't even have a mount yet. like these guys are the ones I need to kill to recover sacks of flour, so... Oh, I'm running the wrong way, though. This might be the last one I need to kill, anyway. Alright, oh, there's a quest over here. Let's go pick that up. We're trying to just do everything right now, so... Like I mentioned in the first episode, we're gonna eventually get to the point where we stop doing side quests, but that's not gonna be for a little while. Like, it's gonna be once we start obviously out-leveling all of the side quests in our area where the main story's taken us. Right now, these side quests are exactly our level, so... We're not necessarily losing out on diminishing returns or anything like that for being over-leveled, so that's why we're going to keep going. And something that I wanted to address, and it's a little weird talking about this, I don't really know why, I'm not trying to make it weird, but it's one of those things that this has only really happened with Final Fantasy, right? On my channel at least, where I get a bunch of you guys who have seen the videos and enjoy them and subscribe to the channel, which obviously is something that I appreciate beyond anyone's comprehension. Like it's a feeling that I try to chase after, you know? Having people enjoy watching your content to the point that they want to hit the subscribe button. I mean, it's why I've been drawn to YouTube for so long. I've been screwing up my strategies left, right, and center. Every time something good starts to happen, I change it up and I screw around with it and tweak it, and I end up screwing it up. But the cool thing about YouTube is that it's probably always going to be here, and I'm not necessarily in a rush to achieve success. I have a job that pays the bills, and you know, I've found a lifestyle routine of being able to continue to produce at least one video a day, sometimes even more, depending on how things are going, and be able to always have, you know, something going up. So that leaves me the opportunity to change things around from time to time, even if it's to the channel's detriment. Like, I mean, you look at my YouTube dashboard, and you can pinpoint basically exactly the date when the channel started to fall again. Like, during the month before I hit 1,000 subscribers, we were climbing rapidly. And that was because I was pushing Final Fantasy content, you know, almost every day. And people were really liking it, and it was allowing my channel to grow. I'm running around this state, by the way. I don't feel like doing it. But as soon as I did that update video where I was talking about how I wanted to be like a variety YouTuber, which is still my end game goal. I think like my end game goal is to be something like that. Maybe not exactly what I was doing, where I was releasing like 7 different games a week, you know, 7 videos a week, but each video being a different game. Obviously, I don't know that that's the optimum strategy. Definitely not for my channel right now, because as soon as I started doing that, everything just kind of fell apart. And I was trying to tell myself, like, you know, it doesn't really matter. I want to do what makes me happy, and that is true. It's not like I'm going back on that specifically, but the part where it doesn't matter, you know, is maybe was a little bit of an oversight on my side, because as soon as I made that change, there was, you know, some positive comments on some of the videos. Some of the videos just got no traction at all, and you know, some of them did okay. But I think what I need to realize after, you know, talking about it with my wife for a bit and trying to figure out what I need to do is that the majority of my subscribers come from Final Fantasy XIV. I love Final Fantasy XIV. There's still no game that's ever really compared to it. And when I was in that mood when I made that video. You know, I felt a little bit trapped within the game, but... And that's a real feeling, and that's a feeling that might come up again. Like, there's no... almost no doubt. Like, it probably will come up again at some point. We're gonna eat something here to get a little bit of an experience boost. That's something I should be doing a little bit more often, but... Yeah, like, you know, there's no doubt about it that most of you guys are here for the Final Fantasy stuff, and as soon as I start to sort of change the channel's direction, I feel it instantly. And every once in a while, I try to do it again and try to tweak it in some other way. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but the one constant factor is that if Final Fantasy XIV is active on the channel, then my channel is typically growing at a pace that I am happy with, and it's a good thing. So, you know, I'm doing my best here to not over Final Fantasy XIV myself and not burn out on it. And I think with the current strategy that I have, things are gonna work pretty well. But, of course, as always, that type of thing is subject to change. But, anyway, what I was really trying to say, I don't even really know what I'm actually trying to say, to be honest. I'm sort of just rambling about the channel, but I made a lot of online friends just from playing this game and from them watching my content and wanting to play with me. And that's something that I am absolutely, like, I think that's really cool, and I really like that. And I have no problem with you guys seeing the video and jumping, and you happen to play on the same server, so you want to join the same guild and say hi and do some dungeons from time to time, for sure. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to repair my gear, that's right. The thing that I want you to know, though, is that I am coming back to this game as a little bit more of a casual than I was before, where I was sort of hardcore playing every single day. You know, I'd come home from work, record my video, and then after my video, I would continue on with the same character and just do other stuff and really grind it out. My plans right now is not to grind so heavily. I am, you know, coming at it from a casual perspective. This character specifically is pretty much getting no more than 1 hour a day out of me, and I probably won't even play him on the weekends either, because I want everything that I do with this character to be recorded. Unless something like really, really obnoxious and tedious comes up that's just a major grind fest, and you know, I'll probably cut that stuff out, but we'll tackle that when we get there. So, you wanna, if you see me running around the world, you wanna add me as a friend, you wanna to join the same free company that I'm gonna be joining, by all means, I'm absolutely totally fine with that. I just, you know, if you see this character out and about, it's because I am recording a video, right? So, I'll say hi and all that stuff, but I can't necessarily put my plan for my video on hold to, you know, run dungeons and stuff like that. So, the point is that as happy as I am to meet new people and say hello and make friends, and again, I am happy to do that. I'm not saying I don't want to do that at all. I just don't want to set the expectation that I'll be able to play with you guys all the time, because I'm not really approaching Final Fantasy with that mindset right now. Maybe it'll change in the future, but as of right now, I play the game on this character for 1 hour a day, and then the other character that I play with my wife is sort of something that at the moment it's like my escape, you know? I like to shut my mind off and hang out with my wife and play the game. And again, those characters that we made are most likely going to join the free company as well, which means that we will be in that chat to be able to say hello and chat and stuff like that, and I have no problem doing that. But I'm not necessarily planning nights of running dungeons and stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. And it sounds kind of weird because it's a little bit of a strange topic that I haven't been able to have many conversations about, you know? It's a little bit, I don't want to say weird, because weird is not the right word at all, but just, it's not something that comes up in everyday conversation. Like, people who view the videos want to play and hang out. In an older time, that was something that was much more achievable for me because, like I said, I was playing every single day and I was always on. But now, I'm playing much more casually. That's all I'm really trying to say. I feel like I'm sort of talking myself in circles and making it more weird than it really needs to be. I hope you guys understand. There's nothing weird about it. It's just... I'm just a weirdo. But yeah. To conclude, if you see me running around the world, absolutely say hello. Add me as a friend. I will add you. I won't be able to keep up prolonged conversations because, again, if you see this character specifically running around the world, it's probably because I'm recording and I'm a little bit busy doing that. And I don't want the videos to be filled with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, don't feel shy or ashamed to come do that because like it makes you feel good, you know, when you're recognizing the game. And that's happened a couple times. I don't remember what video it is. It's on one of the tanking videos, I think, but I had recorded a video and then uploaded it and left myself AFK, and I went probably to work. I might have even left the game on while I went to work. You know, that happens sometimes. And somebody commented on my video and they're like, holy shit, I'm literally standing right beside your character right now while you're AFK. And I like that kind of thing is really cool. I like that. And it's something that I notice happens much more often in Final Fantasy than it does in any other MMO that I've played. You know, because these zones are... I don't know, actually. I was going to say it might have something to do with how the zones are laid out or something like that. Or maybe just character names pop out a little bit more. But for some reason, in Final Fantasy, I find myself recognizing players I've played with before. You know, recognizing people I've had interactions with way more often in this game than in any other game. So it's interesting how that works. I'm not quite sure why or how, but anyway. We are just... I don't even know really what I've done for the past... I don't know, how long have we been recording? So far, 17 minutes. Just running around, cleaning up these side quests, picking up a bunch more. We're basically just doing everything everybody asks us to do. We did get some jewelry here. We got a copper ring we can wear. It seems like they're talking about kobolds. See, this is really annoying when there's a side quest or any quest that is right in the middle of a fate. Not the biggest fan of when things like that happen. So that means we might actually have to do the fate. Which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. But it just wasn't on my agenda, that's all. We can do this. It's not going to take that long. Talk to this person too. I feel like I've started it, so now I might as well finish it. trying to keep my Berserk up as often as possible just to add to that DPS. Seems to be working pretty well. Hahaha, look who it is. Hello. I should probably get that that guild invite right now. Whoa, what's the trade for? A level 28. I guess this stuff will be, here, let me pay for it. 50 gil. Oops. That's what I'm trying to do. So this person has made comments on the video. This is Cassie. I've done plenty of videos with her included in them. This is level 38 stuff that I'll be able to wear, I guess, once I get there, of course. That's pretty nice of her. Say thanks. And there's the free company invite. Perfect. There we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and continue on. We will bow. Yeah. And we will continue on. Thank you very much, Cassie. I'm sure you'll see this video later. That is really funny. That's something that I kind of expected to happen maybe a little bit later on, but that happened much earlier, so that's pretty cool. But that's Cassie. We've done when we did the 24-hour live stream. She was somebody who did almost the entire thing with us. Probably like 22 out of the entire 24 hours she was there. So, plus basically a long-time viewer at that point, and we're all in the same free company. So it's nice to bump into her and get that invite. So this is the free company I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. So if we open up that family ties, and if you see anyone with this tag and want to join the free company, I haven't seen them reject anybody. So that being said, I'm not necessarily in a position to just freely, you know, invite anybody. But like I said, they've never rejected anyone as far as I've seen. So if you want to join that free company, this is the one that you can join, and that's where you get the best chance of being able to say hi and chit-chatting from time to time. Everyone in this free company has been really nice, and it's actually been quite a while since I've said hello or talked to any of them, so nice to be back. It's a little bit of a surreal feeling, honestly, to like be playing an MMO and to be recognized like that. It's something that I'm still getting used to a little bit. If you guys are following along and trying to level up, you know, it's not likely that you will bump into somebody who will just offer you a whole bunch of level 40 stuff just for no reason. But I know Cassie likes to work on her crafting and gathering, and ends up with like a surplus of these items. So it's not the first time she's gifted me a bunch of free gear. Or not just me, but other people in the free company as well. So, you know, that's something that comes with being part of a free company, and that's something I do recommend doing for sure if you're the social type. And even if you're not the social type, you get the you know, the experience benefits. Teleportation fees are reduced because of the certain free company abilities we have running right now. So, you know, even if you're not really social, it's still a good idea to join a free company, and especially if you're playing a DPS class. Because if you're playing a DPS class, you almost need to have friends or free company members to help with the queue times, because it's just going to take you absolutely forever to get into the dungeons without them. And there are times where the game sort of forces multiple dungeons on you time after time. And we're going to actually be approaching that, not soon. We still have a couple episodes probably before we get there, but the first time you encounter dungeons, they give you 3 in a row. You do Sastasha, you do Tamtara Deepcroft, and then you do Copperbell Mines, and it's all one after the other. So, as a DPS class, needing to wait like 20 to 30 minutes each time is, you know, time-consuming and very annoying. So, having a free company that's got a tank class or a healer class in there that's willing to jump into dungeons with you is going to be a lifesaver. And that's something, like I said, I recommend. But not only that, I mean, I've been able to... another benefit of the free company is to be able to use the free company house to be able to use it as a base of operation. So at the, you know, end of your playtime session, you can always end up at the house and just log out there. You'll get the rested experience for being logged out, but they also have merchant and mender. They have there's a market board nearby and a summoning bell and all that stuff. So you can do all your retainer stuff, do your market board stuff, do your you know, your mending of your gear and all that shit. And yeah, it's something that you can benefit from even if you're not a social person. But then of course if you are a social person, which I wouldn't necessarily, this is a funny thing, I'm not really a social person. You know, I have a small circle of friends in real life that I talk to on a daily basis, and then most of the time it's just me and my wife, and I'm happy that way. But, you know, some people thrive in situations where there's lots of people around and they can be social. I'm not really that kind of person. But if you are, then there's other benefits to being in a free company. I mean, in this free company and the one that I was in before, I saw many instances of people who seemed like they were like best friends, and they might only know each other online, but you know, they definitely knew each other very well and were good friends. So that's another thing that can come out of being in a free company. Which I guess is obvious, you probably already knew that, but I'm just rambling here anyway. As we wander La Nacia late at night here. Ah, there we go. We got a hunting log bee cloud over here. I'm sure we'll find more. We need 2 more. I'm sure we'll get them while we wander around. But this blue quest, this is actually the class quest that we're doing right now. And he wants us to use heavy swing on these rocks. So that's what we're doing. Another bee cloud here, so we'll just take care of that as well. Oh, there we go. There's the 3rd one. And now it wants us to use Skull Sunder. And these early class quests are going to be pretty simple. But they actually get fairly difficult later on. Some of them can, anyway. There we go. Done that, and now we have to go back. Okay, so that seems like it's basically it for the Marauder quest, but we still have a couple other quests around here to take care of. Looks like in here is something. Do we have... Okay. We also have a quest to turn in up here as well, so we'll do that when we get there. Got some bogeys. Kill for our hunting log. It is always worth fighting these guys to clear out your hunting log, so don't skip over them. You get a nice chunk of experience for finishing this up, so it's worth doing. An extra 1,000 experience right there. And it's just kind of fun, you know? Like, in World of Warcraft, you'll get quests to go out and kill, like, 10 wolves or 10 bears or 6 harpies or whatever. In this game, you get those quests too, but then you also have the hunting log, which is basically like a extension of that type of quest, where you don't even have to go pick up the quest.
I am the waves that bear.
That was louder than I expected, I'm sorry. So this quest has us doing a little bit of a more story-focused duty, where we are fighting this frenzied mossback. And I guess this cultured conjurer is much better at holding threat than I am, even though I'm a warrior, or a marauder. There we go. In instances like these, it is almost always worth it to kill the ads first. Now, I'll show you guys that as we go along. It's not going to be every single instance like that where your goal is to kill all the ads first and then kill the boss, but a lot of the time, that is actually what your goal is going to be. And you'll find that, like, the duties that you fail are usually going to be failed because you were just focusing down the wrong target. And it's not necessarily the wrong target, like you should have known you're an idiot, you're targeting the wrong person, but it's just one of those things that you'll just sort of realize as you play more that, you know, the boss type NPCs that you're fighting, that the instance is sort of designed to have them alive for the whole encounter and then die at the end because they have dialogue and they give story bits out and stuff like that. So usually you'll see like one of your NPC teammates, like in that case it was the Conjurer, who is tanking the main boss. Well, your duty is to go out and just kill all like the smaller enemies that are, you know, easier to kill. And then by the time they're all dead, you'll usually be able to just kill the boss and then move on from there. But like I said, like that was like the first instance like that we've done, but you'll notice it's a bit of a trend as we go forward, all the way up to even like endgame instances like that. Alright, so we'll turn in this kobold thing. We are now level 10, which is actually a large milestone for us early on. But it's a little bit weird because things are gated from you by level, but they're also gated from you by main story quests as well. So for example, you know, you need to be level 10 in order to ride on these chocobo porters here, which we're not going to do, but if we wanted to, we need to be level 10, which we can do right now. That's not necessarily gated by the main story quest, but if you wanted to change your class, I believe that, first of all, you definitely have to be at least level 10, but secondly, I actually think you do need to finish a certain main story quest, and then you can do it. What is this skill we got? Oh, we got Overpower. Sweet. Overpower is... Well, here, let's put it to use right here just to show it off. It's like an AoE frontal cone. Does a nice amount of damage. Does AoE, as I've already mentioned. And it generates enmity as well. It's the additional effect, increased enmity. So it's very important to use this skill while tanking. The thing is it uses a lot of TP. It uses actually double the amount of TP that a normal skill does. So it introduces TP management, which is something that I think the Marauder struggles with much more than the Gladiator will early on tanking. Strictly because Overpowered, you usually want to use it a few times in a pull, and that's enough to drain you to like almost half, and then if the fight goes on any longer than expected, you can sort of find yourself running out of TP pretty early on, and that's something that the Marauder has to deal with a lot more than the Gladiator, I think, anyway. In my experience, that's what it's been. But that said, I haven't really been able to level up a class from level 1 up, level up a Paladin or a Warrior, or a Marauder, sorry, from level 1 up ever since Stormblood came out, because my class, those classes were already like, well, first of all, the Paladin was maxed out for me when Stormblood came out, but I don't know what I was supposed to say, I'll just say whatever. Obviously, my Paladin was already maxed out. My Warrior was like level 30 or something, so I didn't really get the experience of leveling up a fresh Marauder from 1 to 70 in Stormblood. So maybe that's different. We'll end up learning as we go on. If TP management is going to become a thing that we have to worry about. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll be so damn good at playing the Marauder that most people do have that problem to worry about, but we won't, because we know what we're doing. Feel free to point out that I had set this in this video if in a future video I end up struggling with TP management. Look at this. It's becoming daytime. 6 a.m. is when the daytime music starts in server time, and the sun comes out, and everything is beautiful again. I don't know. There's a red circle over there, so I have a feeling there's someone else I need to speak to, probably up here or down there. It's probably down there now that I think about it. Wait, where are you? Oh, you were hidden right beside the ledge. That's why I wasn't able to see you. Wouter. Swill water. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. It looks like obviously your choice doesn't really matter, whatever you say there. We've got that dealt with. We're now level 10, which means there's a new class quest available to us, but we haven't even turned in the level 5 class quest yet. So maybe that's what we should focus on here. We'll see where the main story wants to take us, and we'll make a decision. So we're at the 39-minute mark right now. Well, we're gonna run down here. We're gonna turn this in. We might do the level 10 class quest in this episode. We might do it in the next one. Depends how the cookie crumbles. Oh, I love this game. I love this world. Love the music, the atmosphere, the enemies, the characters. It's just... I've said this a few times, and it's only because I'm legitimately experiencing it again. But when you come back to this game from other games, it's just like... It's like home, you know? You know when you like here's a funny sort of analogy to go on with it. When I gotta cast doubt on him. When I went on my honeymoon with my wife, we went to Turks and Caicos, which actually I think got severely ravaged by the hurricane that is happening down there. So I'm hoping that there wasn't too much damage. I'm not sure. I haven't heard much news about it. But when I was down there, it was a beautiful place. We were staying in a really nice condo, and went down to the beach, and the weather was all right. On some days the weather was amazing. Some days it wasn't that good, but it was an amazing time. It was fun being in a new place, and experiencing that for the first time. But then when you come back home, as much fun as you had on that trip, you come back home and you're just like, you're using your own bathroom, you're in your own kitchen, and your dogs are there, and it's just like, again, as much as you enjoyed that trip, coming home and being back to where you belong is a feeling that is really amplified when you've been away for so long. So, it's a very similar feeling. Playing different games. I had fun, I enjoyed the other games, but then you come back to Final Fantasy and you just realize, you know what, like, this is the game, though. Like, every once in a while, I might need to take a break and play some other games, but I just feel like I'll always come back. My hope is that I don't always end up creating a new character and having to level everything up from scratch again, which is probably not going to happen, but occasionally it will. It sort of depends on how long your break was. Alright, so they want me coming down here. I'm thinking now that we'll probably do the class quests in the next episode. Most likely, because honestly, I'm not actually sure if the level 5 quest that I'm doing right now even has like a secondary part. Because sometimes they'll send you out in the world, like in this case it was to split those rocks with my different skills. And then you go back and you speak to them and they're like, okay, good, you did that, great job, but now I want you to do this. And then you do that and then the quest is done. And if that's the case here, then we're definitely not even going to be finishing the level 5 quest. But before I end the episode, I will go back to Limsa and we'll go to the Marauders Guild and we'll turn in a level 5 quest so we can at least get a piece of gear. Alright, that quest is done and dusted, so we'll run on back. So another little taste of that constant running back and forth. When we get a mount, it'll be a little bit easier, but still not perfect. Even when you have a mount, you're still going to do a lot of running around. We take the good with the bad in Final Fantasy, and we enjoy it. At least the world is nice to look at, and the music is good to listen to. Did we get some new gear finally? Holy shit, we got some pants that have padding on them. The side quest will... Oh, man. You know what? It's only 70. It would take much longer to actually run over there than it will to teleport, so we're just gonna teleport, as lazy as that is. We've done enough running around this episode already anyway. Okay. Thank you for that sack of gil. We do get a new weapon as well that we can use. There it is. That's a pretty cool double-sided battle axe there. What do they call it? A bronze labris. Nice looking axe. And my axe. What? Oh, hello. Somebody's trying to trade with me. Oh! They're giving me a whole bunch of axes. Holy shit. This person, Nora Bell. Is that who I think it is? Oh, that might be Cassie, because that's the same last name as Cassie's character. Oh, it is Cassie. Okay. Okay. So she's got an alt as well. So we got a high quality axe, which is not going to let us use. Let's take a quick look at our weapons here. So we'll be able to use this item at level 18, and then... Oh! Actually, why can't I use this one? Oh, it's level 13. I'm not level 13, derp. So 13, 15, and 18, we're all covered for high quality axes, so that's really good. Thank you very much. We both took damage at the same time there and yelped in pain. So, you know, this is an experience that, like I said before, like, if you guys are following along, you might not have somebody who goes out of their way to make you some perfect gear. And funnily enough, like, I've been really lucky with that, and I don't know what to say about it. Like, even in my first Let's Play with Wee Guy, when I was focusing on the story, which, by the way, we are going to come back to at some point, because the story deserves to be spotlighted, and there's no doubt about that, and it's something that needs to happen. It's just that I don't know exactly how I'm going to work it in yet, but I'm thinking about it. You know, as I come back to Final Fantasy and I want to do a little bit more with it, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. So, that said, in that series, I met someone who was playing the same class as me and was also really into the crafting side of things. Oh, look at that. We're finally going to fill our belt slot here, which is really good. And that guy, Skydell, was his name, and he went out of his way to make sure that I almost always had high-quality gear for every single level, and I met him somewhere around, like, level 15 or something, so basically early on in the game, I had somebody who was supplying me with top-quality gear all the way through. Of course, I never expected, I'm sure you guys know that, but we're off to a pretty similar start here in this series, and well, it's not necessarily fair to you know, to newcomers of the game. It's something that's possible. So there you go. I'm not gonna say no to it, because the thing is, it will help out, but it's not game changing. Like if I just had the same gear that everyone else did while progressing, I would have the same results. It's just a nice little touch, you know? We're killing these guys for our hunting log. There we go. I keep eyeing this quest here, and I'm eyeing the timer, and I feel like... Oh wait, there's actually a quest I'm supposed to be doing in here. So never mind. Part of me wants to go pick up that quest. We might end up doing it in a later episode, though. This is another example of there being a fate right on top of my quest, which is kind of annoying. Oh, it's a boss fate. Oh, hello. Okay, well, at this point, I guess I'm fighting the boss. Can I kill this guy? I think I can. That was not something that I meant to do. So in times like this, it's a good idea to actually have a potion on hand here. Keep yourself healthy. And don't wait too long to use the potions either, because they're on a time limit. So you might as well use them earlier rather than later and get that cooldown going. So in case you need it again, then it'll be off cooldown again. Is somebody helping? Ah, somebody's helping. That's why this is going faster. Of course, we gotta kill these guys too for our hunting log. Big thank you to N Neon for helping us out there. In here. Did I just get hit by something? Those Aurochs are looking at me ominously like they want to start a fight. I think that will be the stupidest thing they've ever done in their life. So they better not. There it is. He's gonna start something. Nope. Alright, let's sprint on out of here. Okay, we're going to be coming back here, and we're starting to get to that time now where I should start to think about wrapping it up, so I'm not going to go running after that quest. We might come back and do it, we might not, depends on how things go. But the side quest is not the most important thing. But I feel like we'll be forced over to this direction at some point, and we'll pick it up. But what I really want to do is actually just turn in this main story quest, pick up the next one, and then go back to Limsa, turn in our Marauders Guild quest, and then be done with it from there. Get some new mitts. They look almost identical to oven mitts. I'm sure they're well padded. Okay, so we're not going to do this. The good news is there is a aetheryte crystal that we can teleport to the beginning of next episode to come back and actually get that done, so no rush. Alright, off to the Marauders Guild. If you see a symbol and you don't see where to turn it in, this is basic MMO advice here, but in case you don't know, always look for an upper level or a lower level. And at first, Limsa might be a little bit confusing because it does have a lot of upper and lower level places to it. So that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, see, there's more to this quest that I have to do before I can actually finish it. So, unfortunately, that's going to have to wait for the next episode. My plan, though, is at the beginning of next episode to take care of these 2 class quests. We'll finish the level 5 one, we'll pick up the level 10 one, and we will continue. And we'll get both of them done so that we're, you know, caught up there. That way, when we get to the level 15 one, we don't have to do 3 of them before we can actually finish them all. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. I just wanted to say a huge shout out to Cassie. Thanks for finding me out in the world and inviting me back to the free company that I belong in. Huge shout out to you guys who have already commented and are enjoying this new series. You know, you guys know I appreciate and love all of it, so thank you very much. And that said, I think you can expect another Final Fantasy video coming pretty shortly because reasons. I love this game and I want to make more videos on it, so expect that in the future. That said, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.